Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dragon's Concord actual play. My name is Ron, I'm your storyteller. We're going to do a recap of what happened last week. Anybody want to volunteer?
What threw?
My pencil dramatically fell from behind my ear.
Last we left off in the smoky city of Breakers. We had intervened and intercepted our advocate, Marius, who was a bit more involved in the case than we had expected, and they were toting around with Luca and Snark throughout the city, apparently under the effect of some sort of charm or what have you. We talked with them for a while, broke into the house of the... Allegedly broke into the house of Marius, and were investigating a apprentice, a wizard who had actually gone and raided a spell scroll house that was wrongfully, the blame was wrongfully put against our fellow adventurer Grimtusk. Upon breaking and entering into their domicile, we found that they were undertaking some sort of transmutive ritual. We ended that, and they turned into an abhorrent beast. And we kicked the snot out of him.
Curb stop. I stood there, did nothing for several turns, going. And
You sat there and you looked pretty.
And called it ugly.
Credit where credit is due. I'm pretty sure Pock did like 3/4 of the damage.
That was insane.
We were like the cheering section for Pock.
That's literally what my class is cheering section. It's great.
We now return to the
Christmas
party
score.
after having defeated this student and after gaining ourselves a level, going up to level 6.
Woo!
That's correct. All right, so you find yourself in this guy's house, upper floor, where he had been concocting this ritual. You haven't had a chance to look around yet. You've just barely, you're still sort of breathing heavy, catching your breath after that big fight. So what would you guys like to do at this moment?
Cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
Okay.
Put out
no longer
the fire
diseased.
downstairs.
Yeah, there is a fire. That's right. There is a fire
I'm
raging.
gonna go put out the fire.
Yeah, I think
There's some. There's a little bit of indoor plumbing here, just like one of those cantilever type well sort of like things that goes into a basin, so you can grab some water and throw it out the fire.
I will give each of you, as we're starting to actually, once the fire is out, Bardic Inspiration, just as you're going around. You guys can do great. Doing a great job. Keep doing that thing. Be inspired. Yippee!
I like this new guy. He makes me feel good.
Yeah. Okay, so the fire's out. You guys don't have to worry about that anymore. The banister and the stairs and everywhere else that the fire was on is very blackened and singed. But then again, this house was not very well kept up in the first place. It was pretty dilapidated. Whether that was because that's all he could afford, so he got a rundown house, or because he had just let it go to pot because he was in some sort of like delusional state, is a little hard to tell. But he's not there to tell you anymore. Unfortunately, there's just in fact, he's not even a him anymore. He's an it. He's a dead.
He's a was.
Corpse of a.
He identifies as a puddle.
Exactly, of a goopy, monstrous tentacle beast. So. All right. Do you guys want to look around a bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate. Okay. I'm trying to find.
I've got this Molotov cocktail that's just burning a hole in my pocket, guys. So
Quite literally.
you're very much on a timer here.
put it out.
I know you guys literally.
You are not my supervisor.
You guys literally just put out one fire. Do we want to start a new one?
Yes.
Was that even a question? I know, right?
Have you read my neck?
That's a t-shirt.
Have you read my neck? But make sure you spell red. No, I'm not gonna go that joke.
A little red on you.
So, search perception checks, looking around, trying to find whatever stuffs.
Okay. Yeah, who wants to give me... I mean, if you guys want... those of you with high perception skills will probably just go ahead and notice a few things offhand. For one thing, he's got notes and papers scattered all over this room. He just threw them off into the corners of the room. He had, of course, created like this summoning circle in the center of the room, which is now dormant. And you could probably disrupt it just by scooching, rubbing it off, rubbing the sand out of the way or whatever to make sure it can't do any more harm. But there are just like notes and notes and notes and piles of books, just all scattered into the corners of the room, as one who is kind of crazy would do. Not like neatly piled onto a desk or in a bookcase, but just thrown in any random corner. There's also those of you with high passive perception, such as Gaius or Elohim, would notice there's a little bit of a scratch. Like so, if you go back outside, as you recall, there was the rug that was you noticed was probably something like a trap of some sort. Same thing with some statues. And you also notice if you go back out into that room where the rug is, that was sort of like his bedroom. There's a little bit of scuff marks at the bottom of the bed, as though it's been pulled away a few times and moved back into place.
So I'll gather the paperwork and go.
This
looks important.
Yeah, so I'm taking here 1 second.
Yep.
I want to basically get a bird's eye view, or actually, Strum, can you draw the circle on a piece of paper before I disrupt it, just so that we have it in one place?
Yeah. I'll just
Because you're on top of Mark 2, right?
Yeah. I think I should be able to sketch it out.
Sorry, what were you doing exactly? I'm sorry, I apologize.
I'm copying out the circle.
You're copying the summoning circle?
Yeah, before.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. So I'd say make me a perform check but you can use intelligence instead of charisma. Because you're basically trying to just copy this. It's drawing, but you're doing it with like a sense of logic and rote memory.
That's a 10.
You do have Bardic Inspiration if you want it.
Yeah,
can I give him help?
Yeah, if you can roll above a 10, you'll get advantage on this roll.
Can you use calligraphy tools?
If he has he can use the tools if you have them. You have them?
I don't have the tool.
But he has the tools. Do you have proficient? Do you have proficiency?
There's my multi-tool.
Okay.
Can my
Why don't
multi-tool
you
turn
help
into
him?
that?
Yeah, you can.
Then actually my multi-tool will definitely do it.
Yeah. Why doesn't Gaius help you?
18.
18. So that'll give you advantage on the roll.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And bardic performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on that, so that's not great. Oh my god. 13.
So 13. I mean, you get a facsimile, whether it's like the most accurate. I think you get all the yeah, go ahead.
Important question.
Yep.
Did he fail?
No, he didn't fail.
Okay, then
it's just not the greatest replica. It's not like a beautiful impression, but you get all the details down.
The bardic inspiration is now sticky, so if he
if he had failed, he could keep it. So the bardic inspiration goes away. You have a replica. It's useful in the sense that if you showed it to someone who knows what they are doing with these things, they could replicate it. Okay. It's just not like a beautiful rendering that could be used for the purpose of it itself anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we're gonna full destroy the circle, not even break it, just completely get rid of it.
Sounds good. Yeah, just
all over that.
Sand.
Yeah.
Can I actually? I'm gonna call Mark 1 over to me.
Yep.
And then I'm going to grab his feet and grab his head. I'm gonna stretch him out, and he just turns into like a wand.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And I will expend a use of my wand of secrets.
Does he have like the head at the end of the wand?
Yeah, the head is at the end of the wand. Yeah,
it's like an open skull.
It's just looking around.
Yeah, so I'll do that, and then like it just kind of like floats up in the air. It's like does like one of those like laser scale.
Sorry, what were you casting?
Just wand of secrets. So it would be like it tells me
in 60 feet,
30 feet.
30 feet.
If a secret door or trap is within 30 feet.
Okay. And you're in which room are you in?
With the circle.
Room?
Yeah,
the circle.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing's pinging here.
Okay.
You just kind of like it seems to be this room is as is. It's pretty much just a bare room. Now there's not even the summoning circle there. There's just and you collected all the notes, so it's pretty much just a bare room. There's a bunch of dirt on the floor.
All right. I'm like, this room is
and
clean.
A dead
this
monster.
room is clean.
But it could be cleaner. We could burn it.
Oh no, that's happening. I'm taking down for you guys to finish your stuff. Did we
Move the
wreck
bed?
the creepy armor and everything?
Not yet.
Yeah, the creepy armor is out in the hallway that goes into this room. I believe Elohim, you were able to determine that before you jumped into the room, or one of you.
Yeah, that's why we broke through the wall and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
I'm gonna go have a look at it.
Okay, so you're stepping into the room, the hallway with the statues.
Yeah.
Okay, make a perception check for me real quick before we do that.
Okay, so that would be a total of a 16.
16. Okay, because they gave you sort of a warning ahead of time that these statues were possibly magical and did not be trifled with, I think you're kind of taking a good look around as you take a step outside. You do realize that like if you step on the literally like on the threshold of that door, there's a room. It's very hard to see because it's just like a differentiation in the pattern of the wood as opposed to like being something that's obvious. But it's just shimmering, just barely on the surface. So you step over that threshold, you kind of jump over it, and you're able to avoid whatever triggering whatever. If you want to make like an Arcana check, you can do that.
I don't do that. I'm a sorcerer who doesn't really
you could also just investigate if you prefer.
I definitely would.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, never mind. 7?
Yeah. No, these. They just look like natural statues to you. They're basically statues of warriors, and they actually have like a suit of armor on, like an actual, like almost like if there was just like suits of armor in a castle, but these actually have like a statue underneath it that they've dressed in real armor.
If I were to use one as a urinal, is there like a flush?
Well, I'll leave that up to you. There's plenty of openings and portals you can go into. So.
No, I've learned from since beginning my path not to stick my dick in magic. So.
Yeah. I think you hear in your head just a quick tisk tisk. Kind of like
it would be funny.
And then the light chuckle comes back.
So before we move the bed, I want to use detect magic. Mm-hmm. I assume the rune pings.
The rug on the room, the rug in the middle of the room pings. The statues ping in that little threshold area. The two of the scrolls. You just gathered up all the papers, right? Mm-hmm. There were 2 scrolls in there that are like hardcore magic.
Cool.
And then
Got those now.
The bed, just underneath the bed. It's kind of hard to see, but once again, with your passive perception, you kind of were looking that way anyway. There's something underneath the floorboards. It's like just a little bit of glow coming out from underneath the floorboards, like through the cracks.
Yeah. She'll move the bed and see what's under there.
Mach 2.
Yep, they flip the bed. Looks like, I guess give me an investigation check. I think this is a formality with our group, but...
For where the matches
where the floorboards are, in that glowing...
Look at where the glow is.
Yeah. Just to determine how, like, you could crash through the floorboards or make the investigation check, one of the two. You see what I'm saying?
Investigation's gonna be a lot. 23.
Okay, yeah. So with that, you find that there's basically, this is a hidden compartment with you can lift the whole section of the floorboards off and pull it open. And so there's like a little indentation under the floor, and underneath is something wrapped up in a small cloth, like a cherry cloth or something like that.
We open it.
Okay, you pull open the cloth, and there is a statuette of something horrible. It's a disgusting, foul amalgamation of creatures into that are doing all sorts of profane, undescribable things.
So we found a Slanesh altar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
And the moment you look at it, you're just like, your mind is like overwhelmed. Like, you feel the magic coming through you, and you're just like, your mind is like awash with like images of slaughter, murder, death, people doing obscene things to each other, just all sorts of insane images.
I think this is yours.
A Lars von Trier movie.
Hand you the...
You feel the same thing. You hear a ping, which is the symbol once again for yes. This is why you were here.
Can I wreck it?
You can try.
Okay. Well, that'd be just strength.
Yeah, you guys you can just smash it against the wall if you want.
Oh yeah,
I feel like Mark II would help.
We're just curb stomping it together.
I just imagine like you grab one and he grabs the other, and you guys twist opposite ways.
Oh, that's a 23 for me.
Okay. I'd say with a 23, you smash it against the wall. It does like crumble, but when it does, it creates this horrible like feedback. Once again, I'm gonna have you make a Constitution saving throw.
What is happening?
These guys got themselves in trouble.
Obscene artifact. And
Found a
that's
Spanish
all
altar.
destroyed.
12.
Gave it to
Okay.
him, and he's smashing it.
You were going. I should have dice.
Oh Jesus!
Can you just let me real quick a D8?
Oh, D8.
I thought you were about to say D12.
I want my Halloween dice.
Okay.
I don't like how many times you roll it. Give
You
them back.
you take 13 points of psychic damage as it explodes in your hand.
Okay, you notice the blue light of my powers activating goes up. My fist is cleansed in holy blue light. I'm just going to punch the shit out of this until I'm just atomizing.
Yeah, it turns to dust beneath your fists.
Good call.
So, you have these 2 scrolls. You destroyed the idol, pulverized it into dust. That seems to be the vast majority of what you found in this.
Do we want to scramble before the guard gets here?
Yeah, there's that one guy
I wanna
who really
give-
hates us.
One.
Oh, yeah,
quick,
why would we firebombed his house yet?
I want to give
haven't
one
had a shot yet.
quick look around before we leave, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me an investigation roll.
I want to roll that D8. I'm glad that didn't do much, but actually, 16.
With a 16, you do realize there is a desk in this room where his bed was. Now it's been flipped over into the center of the room, and the rug and all that. On that desk are a couple more pages of notes. These look actually more like letters. Letters to and correspondence from people.
Okay, just take those letters.
Okay, sounds good. That's about it. That's all you. Otherwise, everything else seems like stuff that would be in a house by a raving lunatic who is obsessed with something.
All right, we'll give an anonymous report to the police and then scramble.
Yeah, there's a horrible fire making its way through the house.
Horrible fire. Not at all entertaining fire.
However could that have been lit?
Yep.
All right, let's boogie.
You have the Molotov.
You head out. Where are you guys going? And by the way, I'd say
Oh, let me be very clear.
Yeah.
I am lighting this house on fire.
okay, I understand. I caught the innuendo. So as you
We're not joking around.
okay.
Burning this house to the ground.
This
So
horrible crap
as
house
you, are
that's
you going
on
out the
fire,
front?
please.
Are you going out the
stop
front door or the
fire.
back door?
I got spotted going in the back, so let's
yeah.
go out the front.
Yeah.
No, that would be.
Neither.
I was going to say that I find that like the old guy and everything that was outside earlier make direct eye contact with him and throw them all down.
And then instead of making our way back to the office or any of one of the places that we normally stop to, we're gonna go and go through a couple of different bars along the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna Starlight Step, Misty Step from the building to somewhere else. No one sees me actually leaving the building.
Okay. The rest of you are not so worried about it, I
I'll
guess.
stealth.
You'll stealth. Okay, give me a stealth check.
26.
I'm just gonna disguise self
Okay.
into like a gnome.
Okay, sounds good. So we got a gnome and a half orc exiting the building. The rest, you two, no one has any idea you're there. The old man who you interacted with beforehand just sees you and a gnome coming out, and then you chuck the Molotov cocktail in. And as you walk away, it's an epic scene of just this blaze as your silhouettes are like strutting with music going on in the background.
Where'd you get sunglasses?
But then you guys all reconvene and head to the bars. All right, so I'd say right now it's probably a little roughly mid-afternoon because you guys did most of this searching for
Had
the
a
house.
really
in
good
the-
morning.
Yeah, it did most of it in the morning. So
I'm gonna go back to day drinking.
okay, sounds good. All right, so you find. How about you guys go back to Finn's place, Tricky Finn's, as it's called.
Okay.
Phineas is there again. Your favorite bar. He just gets you your usual this time. Slides it down the bar to you. Anybody else want to order anything?
Oh, we're taking a short rest.
If you'd like to, you certainly can.
Do they have anything served in buckets?
Just blood.
There's this one bucket labeled Haas.
Yeah,
I'm not touching that one. We're good.
He says, I have buckets. If you want, I can just pour it into a bucket if you want. Now, of course, I've been using that to mop the floors with for the most part.
Give me something strong.
Okay, I think that you'd prefer that. It's a little smaller glass, but it'll do the trick. And so he gets you a double of whatever your favorite liquor is and passes it your way.
All right, Scrim, you want to help me with this?
Yeah, let me see. I'll pop open the scrolls and just start looking through.
Okay, so you're going to start with the magical scrolls, or are you going to look through the notes?
Do you want to hit the scrolls and I'll do the notes?
Yeah, I can hit the scrolls.
All right, the two scrolls. One of them, I guess I should have said, The magic on one is very strong. The magic on the second one is very faded. The one that's faded is because it's already been used, and it's they're both the same scroll, true polymorph.
Oh. Buddy was trying to ascend to divinity.
But you do have a functioning scroll of true polymorph right now. Now you know that this scroll belongs to the Mage's College, specifically to a shop that's on the premises.
It's like the campus bookstore.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the shops are state-run, you might say.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start thumbing through these notes, and I imagine it's a lot of like hysterical.
Yeah, a lot of it is ravings and notes. A lot of it has to do about his transcendence that he wanted to have happen. But it's not so much that he wanted to become a planetar. It doesn't seem like. It's more like he had been influenced. It looks like at the college as he went to school there by certain individuals, maybe professors, maybe other students he talked to or something like that. A lot of ravings about aberrations. Creatures in the city that were lurking underneath the depths and were seeping into his mind and his dreams at night, to the point that he thought voices were speaking to him, telling him to do these things. And then he does speak about some of his professors. He talks about how his professors were had led him down this road, and so it must be the right course and that kind of thing. As you get to the letters that were on the table, these are actually notes from Professor Jardin's class of Conjuration.
Ah, you rat fuck.
Got you.
Yeah. And then
I believe that's actually his official title is rat fuck.
Yeah. As well as some correspondence, some letters between the two. It does seem that he and Professor Jardin were close, that they had a rapport. And that he may have been feeding him some of these ideas of that to achieve true transcendence, you have to go through the depths of depravity and that kind of thing. And so maybe transforming himself into some kind of aberration was his ultimate goal. But it's hard to say.
It worked.
Yeah, it kind of worked. I don't think he was going for that specific form, but hey, he got kind of what he wanted
somewhere.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna boil down the hysteria into something that is both. I'm gonna get your help for this. Something that is both digestible and impactful, and then I want to put this all in one note and send it to a publicist. I'm like, hey,
what exactly are you asking me to help with?
Make it turn the information, because we have a lot of information here about all of these wrongdoings that is caused by the college, and a lot of publicists are trying to get in on all of the dirt that the college has. So making this a very enticing story, at least.
Oh, that I can do.
Make the information not broken. Well, it's going to be truthful, but making it more
Sexy.
Sexy.
You mean sexy.
I can do that.
I hand you the 2-page note that I've boiled it all down to.
I thought you were asking if I could understand all the arcane gibberish of a madman.
No, that's why I have him.
Oh, fair. Then yes, I can make it sexy.
I have a group of publicists that I work with whenever we find information that is pertinent for city survival. Yeah. And then we're going to go...
break his kneecaps.
Yeah, once I'm done with this drink, we're going to go and break his kneecaps.
Not only will I make it sexy, I'll make it beautiful. Running calligraphy tools again, making it beautiful and elegant and charisma check, etc., etc.
Sure.
The whole
if you
thing.
want to roll for that, you can.
Sure.
Let's just see how beautiful.
Are we going today or are we going tomorrow?
We'll go tonight.
I'm a little bit tapped.
You're tapped? How tapped?
I can make this very, very pretty and very well done, and then I'll be mostly done for the day.
I want to intercept Professor Jardin before he can sniff us out.
Especially if he's close with with Alja. If he goes and visits and sees the house is burnt down, he might be onto us.
I'd say we'll go tonight, try to intercept him.
I'll make them pretty in the morning then.
There you go.
All right. As you guys are doing this, someone steps through the door of Finn's. Not nothing unusual. A lot of
Like
people
he
have
just
been coming and going.
Kool-Aid Man's through the front
Yeah.
door.
Sup, fuckers? Roll initiative. Yeah.
Not too far off because it appears that it's Captain Jarthek who's walking into the tavern.
Well, look what the cat puked up.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Reflexively, a Molotov cocktail.
Where do you keep getting this?
I thought I
God
smelled
works
something
mysterious ways.
rotten and disgusting in this bar. Finn, you ought to take out the trash more often.
You gotta take a shower.
So,
May I smite this man?
you say that just like out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
What can I do you for, officer?
Just checking you're not sticking your nose where it don't belong, Elohim.
Well, my nose does rifle through the garbage somewhat, but at least I don't live in it.
Where is this man relative to me?
Where is he relative to you?
Like, where's he? He's talking to him, right?
Yeah, he's talking to Elohim. So if you guys are at the, you guys tell me, are you at a bar or at a table?
I'm sitting at the bar because Finn likes me.
So you guys are like 4 in a row, I'm going to assume, and then he went down to the end of the bar to talk.
Have I had any direct interaction with this man before?
No, Scrimp and Gaius did.
He's going to acquire a 6'6" orcish shadow.
Okay, just like over his shoulder.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything.
He's a large man himself. I mean, he's not, unlike the halfling that you intimidated earlier, this is a not quite as disparaging height difference, but you are a bit taller than him. He kind of looks over his shoulder at you. You can make an intimidate check for me.
Oh, I absolutely.
As he's doing that, minor illusion, they just get like this dark, shadowy haze around him. Just this ambiance.
Kind of replicating thaumaturgy a little bit, making him feel a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. So you get an advantage on this.
And Bardic Inspiration.
If you want to use it.
I will. Let's get that advantage. Okay. I should
use it anyway.
28.
Do it anyway. Please use it.
Use it or lose it, right?
D8.
D8.
Yeah, okay.
I have so many of these. They come back in a short rest.
So that's 30.
Okay. All right. Normally, this guy would not be. He's used to intimidation tactics, but something about you, specifically, kind of remembers what you just
arson and the Molotov cocktail.
I think the Molotov cocktail sells it a little bit. He just gets a little bit of a shiver in his. You can notice he's like gives a little bit of shiver in his shoulders.
I believe you were having a polite discussion with my friend.
I'm always polite with Elohim. We're buddies, aren't we?
Of course. Let me get you something. Finney, get something off the top shelf, and I'll slide 2 gold pieces across the table.
Okay. He pulls down a really nice bottle of a fine whiskey, pours it out, gives it to one for each of you. And Charthik says, all right, cheers, mate.
Cheers.
And, clink, and drinks down the drink. Maybe we should then collaborate on what we know about these murders.
You mean do your job for you?
I mean, look, part of my job is canvassing the neighborhood. That's what I'm doing. You can't blame me for that.
This is the same useless guy I talked to, right?
You're shaking down unhoused people. That's not really canvassing.
Hey, look, you do your job your way. I do my job my way.
Competently, okay.
Well, I'm sure you'll be...
I'm trying to be friendly here, you know?
I'm sure you'll be happy to know, Detective, that we're not actually currently pursuing the case of these murders. They have come across my desk, but we have another job that we're focusing on right now. Of course, if you want to commission our help, we're more than welcome to work with the guard. You know, from what I've heard about these murders, the beheadings, very gruesome thing happening at night, terrible.
The longer they go on, the worse you look. That's not good for the gods.
Make persuasion checks. One of you can help the other.
Yeah, we go ahead.
What's your persuasion?
0.
Yeah, I got a 0 too.
All right, yeah. So
Bardic Inspiration.
yeah, you still have your bardic, so.
No, I used it for the...
Bardic Inspiration. I have a lot of these. Please use them.
Okay. So... 22.
Yo.
Look, I'm not saying I needed your help, but say I could get some funds from the department. maybe I'll commission you on a certain job I'm looking into for it.
Yeah, you know our skill set. More than happy to do help for fine.
We don't mind using contractors from time to time.
Of course, and as such, this work, while it may be done by me, published by you, of course, makes you look nice.
Of course.
Which I know you prefer.
I would, of course, give all due credit to those involved.
Of course. Well, you know where to find us.
Scrub is like straightening up his lapels, tightening his ties. Like, of course, very good, very good. We'll be happy to help. Only the finest for the people of Prey Goose, obviously.
Yeah, he condescendingly gives you a little pat on your cheek when you're done. He says,
I'm going to do that to right you out there.
and he just... Finn, I'm telling you need better clientele.
Condescendingly strong enough to rattle his teeth a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you boys around.
Stay safe out there, detective.
He just turns on his heel and leaves.
What a dick.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I wouldn't.
And he's a bod.
Alright, let's finish up this drink and then we'll go and pay the professor a fine visit.
All right. So you guys finish up the drink. You're not far off from the Mage's College. You go through the I guess you're going to go probably through the western gates, just the quickest route. And you know that Professor Jardin, of course, was a faculty on the staff of the School of Conjuration, which notes out. You're going to be going to.
As we're getting close to him,
Yep.
I'm going to pop Bardic Inspiration for the three of you guys as well as telling you all how amazing we've done so far. We've done such great things. We're making progress on the case. We're doing amazing, great things. Enjoy your 10 temporary hit points, as well as your 5 maximum health hit points
From aid?
from aid.
Okay.
Good lord.
About this time, you kind of turn around and look around. You realize that Puck, where did Puck get off to? Maybe when you went into the bar, he wasn't as interested in drinking as the rest of you guys.
Such a weird
He's
guy.
just kind of meandered away. Yep.
His murder is done. He's served his purpose.
Yeah.
He's off to wander the world like Kane from Kung
What do
Fu.
we want to
Like that weird big freak.
What do we want to do with that scroll?
I think we should keep that in reserve.
In reserve, just in case?
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe
purge
threaten
it
to
from this
turn him
world.
into a little worm or something.
Can any of you cast it?
You can.
Can I?
You're magic. He can
so.
cast it. He's magic.
Yeah, I could probably
It's not my
make
repertoire.
something.
Are you confident that you can be able to cast it?
Nah. I'm really more about building stuff. Maybe Yara could do it. I don't know. I feel like that'd be putting a lot on her.
It's dangerous. Magic that potent.
He doesn't know that we can't, though.
It's fair. I can hold on to it if you wish. And we can use it as a
Considering
bargaining
the
chip.
origin
I like that.
of this scroll, I think it should be purged.
I don't necessarily disagree, but holding on to it for now and using it as a diplomatic aid if need be.
I naturally generate diplomatic aids.
You do. It's very excellent.
It's almost uncanny.
Okay. So you guys are heading towards Wellspring, the giant blue tower, which is actually in the very center of the college. As you approach, it's got
So if Doomkeep has the crackle of thunder, does this have like a nice pleasant aria around it?
it actually does. It's a very nice. One thing you notice
a
about
dove circling it and everything.
Yeah. Well, one thing you notice is it's got a beautiful blue moat that surrounds it with bridges that go over like each of the 4 cardinal directions. So you can approach it from any cardinal direction and go over like a little bridge that goes then into one of the 4 doors around the tower.
A lot of greenery.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that's interesting is you do notice that moat seems to be the only real water you've seen on the campus so far. No fountains, no other wells, and you do see a lot of people like dipping their flasks into this little moat area. That's kind of just a nice little place where people kind of sit on the ledge just before. It seems to be where they get their drinking water is directly from here.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna detect magic on that.
Okay, go
fountain.
for it. Mm-hmm.
I detect magic on the fountain.
Yeah, it's so the fountain itself maybe not so magical, but there's something about it that's magical that's feeding water into it, like some sort of permanent.
Is it
probably like
it's gonna be conjuration? Is it just conjuration, or is
Yeah,
there
it's
enchantment,
conjuration.
anything else in there? Is it pure conjuration?
No, just pure conjuration.
Let's concern then.
Yeah.
Should we maybe just take a nap for a second?
You tired?
I mean, I'm not used to being up the way you are, but no, we can do it. We're fine.
I can put you in my backpack and have a nap there.
No,
Would you like an uppies?
No, he climbs up on a march. He's like, I got my own ride, thanks.
We just
comes
want
with
to
his
have
own
a
uppies.
conversation.
All right.
Just want to have a conversation. I don't want to go pick a fight with a fucking archmage.
All right. So you head into the tower. There is a guide or like a sort of a person on staff who's there to direct people to where they need to go if they're not like a student of the college. And so when they see you walk in, they come over and give you a little bit of a bow and say, "Greetings, welcome to Wellspring. Where may I direct you?"
We're looking to have a conversation with Professor
Rat
Jadan.
fuck.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I did not catch the name, but I'm certain we do not have a Professor Ratfuck on staff.
My mistake.
That's
Professor Jordan.
I will send you to his. He had of course, his own office floor on the tower. You probably need to speak to his secretary when you get there.
Of course.
Yes. If you would step through this portal, and he basically casts a little bit of a spell upon the portal. And please, if you would just direct yourself through that.
Thank you.
The use of magic here is borderline vulgar. We could just take stairs.
It would be about a 200-floor walk.
All right, fine.
Wizards! You don't have to do this. You're just showing off.
If you would prefer, I could conjure a flying giant owl, perhaps, if you'd
Stop!
like to.
Or this new artifice, the elevator. You step inside, it's just a portal.
Exactly.
Closet with
Y'all need to be stopped.
For those who wish to portal in private.
You press a button and then it just pokes a wizard to
A wizard comes out of the closet with a newspaper and a cigarette.
creates a
God,
levitating
wizard.
floating disc and just
Up you go, jackass.
All right. So you guys step through the portal, and you come inside, and there's an antechamber. Again, very well, beautifully decorated. Most of the inner rooms of this tower seem to be turquoise colored, with marble floors. Ooh. Beautiful. And just a small antechamber with a woman at a desk, and she looks at you and says, "I'm sorry, you're not his students, are you? How may I help you?"
Hi, we're seeking an audience with Professor Jordan.
I'm afraid that will not be possible. I suppose you have not heard the news.
What
may that be?
Unfortunately, I hope you're not friends of his. Professor Jordan passed away recently.
How recent?
About 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Did you dissolve into a pile of goo?
No. While with wizards, that is always a possibility, I suppose. No, he turned up with his throat slit, unfortunately, and in his house.
Insight.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Also insight?
Actually, no. I have my thing. So that's actually a 16.
Okay. Your passive is pretty high, right?
My passive insight is 18.
18, yeah. I think the method that she's telling you that this guy died is probably accurate, but she's not telling you the whole story.
Would you like to interrogate her your way, or
Well,
interrogate her my way?
My name.
Starting my way
Sorry,
and go your way.
It's very rude for me. My name is Investigator Heartkeeper. I'm one of the private investigators here within the city, and I was hoping that I shocked to find out that Professor Chardin is found deceased. There are many issues that we are looking into, and we were wondering about the professor's insight into these matters. He was killed within his own home.
Yes, a break-in of some sort. They believe it was a robbery for his magical goods. And of course, mages typically have so many arcane wards, but I suppose he was lackadaisical in his casting of them this day.
Slit throat does not correlate with the robbery. A hot robbery typically is something that is done.
Are you looking directly at me?
Well, I'm looking at the group. A hot robbery is typically done through a moment of passion. Typically when people go into buildings to rob, they aren't looking to kill. A slit throat is a personal message. You have to get up close to someone. It would make sense if he was stabbed to death. Now,
this is all very elucidating, but I'm only telling you what the authorities told me.
And the authorities on site, were they guard or were they part of the mages?
The Mages College have their own internal investigators.
Would you be so kind to point us in the direction of those investigators?
Of course. You'll find them, and she writes a little address on a card and hands it to you. It's some address on the campus. It's like the office of Mage Affairs, internal, sort of investigations or something like that on it. It's just very official looking title and an address. Yep.
Can we buy scrolls?
Not directly from me, but there are scroll sellers about the campus. I can give you an address for one of those if you'd like. And she puts another address down on a card and hands it to you.
I assume you're just here until someone comes and claims this office, and you're just finishing up.
They will. Yes, Professor Jardin is they're in the midst of naming his successor, his replacement, within probably the week. I am, in the meantime, just, sort of sorting through his affairs, getting ready for the next professor to work.
Do you mind? We have some correspondence with a student who was deranged and worked alongside the professor, the late professor. Do you mind if we try to find any correspondence within his office? It would help our investigation out greatly about a rampaging mental illness crisis that is purveying throughout the entire college.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, really?
And you gave me Bardic Inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 21.
Okay. The 21, she says, I can let you into his public-facing office. I think you'll find, though, that they took most of his documents down with their investigations. So I'm not sure you'll find anything of use, but follow me. And she takes a little key out from her desk and opens up the door, lets you in. You find yourself in what looks to be like a laboratory, basically, a very pristine laboratory, everything in this place. Most of it has seemingly been cleaned out. There's not much here, but you guys can certainly investigate around if you'd like.
Is she still in the room? Or?
She kind of stands at the edge of the door waiting for you guys.
And I'll try to surreptitiously use my wand of secrets.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
I believe.
All right, let's go. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Let's just roll for perception.
So, by the way, I'm going to...
She didn't make any remark about it.
Okay.
I think you would find that there are a couple of scrolls still here, not even hidden in a drawer or anything, just kind of on a tabletop, sort of sitting there. There are some notes as well near those scrolls. Go ahead.
Before they get out of my sight,
Yep.
I'd like to channel the power of my god and
Yep.
expand my awareness to them.
Mm-hmm.
Are getting us high?
So, for the next 6 hours, we can all communicate telepathically.
Nice.
Actually, no, this is not an uncommon
Yeah,
feeling.
especially recently.
This has become somewhat normal for you guys here recently.
Did Puck teach you
Well,
this?
there's all these flammable things around.
Is that what you're always thinking? Fire, not fire.
My buzz is wearing off, and I haven't lit anything on fire yet. And there's just a sound of a tutting noise in the back of my head, like someone angry mom.
Just elevator music. Boom.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you have these there are 2 or 3 scrolls like on a countertop, some notes like in a binder maybe or something like that. Probably a ledger, I guess, basically full of notes.
Okay.
That's kind of the only thing still laying around here in this office.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna look through the scrolls and see what they are.
Okay, she doesn't really stop you.
Yeah.
She just kind of, she doesn't seem to mind you guys looking around at like you guys persuaded your way in. These are pretty low-level conjuration scrolls, probably just like first, second level sort of things that are. And if you take a look at the ledger just says scrolls for use in primary classes. Like this is basically scrolls he would let his students use in his teaching of his classes. You open the ledger and he just has a detailed log of like all the scrolls and where they're kept and like he was keeping track of all of his scrolls basically.
Is there anything in there?
Make
2 scrolls of true polymorph.
I was about to say, so if you just read through it, you keep going, and at the very, very end, there are 2 scrolls of true polymorph at the end, and he's made notes in the side column that says, sending these to my colleague who runs the scroll store for safekeeping.
There are a bunch of like side notes and stuff, right? Or any of them correspondence between students?
There is a little bit of there is some notes, letters, and as you shuffle through them, sure enough, there is a letter that he was sending to Alger, basically telling him, "Dear Alger, while you are progressing wonderfully in your studies, I'm afraid you're getting a little too, too focused on this on this agenda of yours. Please see me at your earliest convenience. I want to help you. Blah 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 blah. I have I think a way to harness your passions in a constructive way and so forth, but it never seems like he never got a chance to send this letter."
Looking through the letter and the letters that we have previously, I want to look through them on this tabletop to see if I can discern any doublespeak, any hidden
codes,
and subcontext, like repeating words or phrases.
Yeah, go ahead and make I guess this would be a straight up intelligence check.
Insight.
It could, if you prefer insight, we could use insight.
I'll use insight.
Yeah.
Very good.
So I'm
27.
Okay, and
I'm going to be.
Sorry. Well, let me adjudicate this real quick, and then we'll come back to you. It takes a while, but you do realize a couple of words pop up over and over and over again in his correspondence. These are like seemingly mundane correspondence that have nothing to do with what you're investigating, but the words that keep popping up over and over and over again are paragon, try, the word just TRI in various forms and formats, so it might be like trigon or trimata or trimodon or various twists on the word 3, basically. Try to be the root word that means 3 in common. And so this shows up over and over and over again in maybe not random patterns, but it's like at least once in every like correspondence he has. It's very odd. The words trimata, trimodon, these are strange to you. You've never really heard this. Kind of the root word tri is familiar, but in patterns of what is a trimata, what is a trimodon? It doesn't make any sense to you. I don't think you've ever heard this spoken before or used. Anyway, what were you trying to do?
So I'm just going to be a big, clumsy orc who doesn't know any better.
Okay.
And I'm just going to be keeping the attention of the...
Kind of distracting.
Yes. I'm just going to keep accidentally bumping things over. Yeah. And just like, what does this do? And blah, blah, blah.
Yep. Deception check for me.
Okay.
Also, there's no rule about casting magic outside of like the sanitarium, right?
No. In fact, anyway, obviously in here, all magic is encouraged. So
detect magic wall.
Yeah.
that's all going on.
So,
as well.
I mean, you had already cast Detect Magic. You saw the scroll. You see the same thing he does.
Is it
which the
Detect Magic
scrolls.
or is it
Secrets.
Oh,
Just
that's true.
reveal
Yours
stuff.
is more secrets and stuff. Yeah.
Hidden
I guess I
doors
kind
and
of
things.
got that a little backwards. I was thinking it was Detect Magic, but so you find the scrolls as well. There's no hidden compartments or secret really doors or anything in here. You do see that there is a locked door that she has not made any indication she's going to let you through. That's all.
Hey, Scrim. Take a look at these.
What the hell is...
What'd you get on that?
Trimana?
20? Okay.
Trimana?
She does seem pretty focused on you. Oh no, please don't. That's delicate.
In his head, he's going to hear, like, get her out of here.
Get her out of here.
Do not knock her unconscious.
I mean,
and then there is there's like an ellipse, and then it says, "Try to not knock her unconscious."
so she's paying very close attention to me.
Yeah, I mean, she's focused on you. Every once in a while, she tries to look around your big broad shoulders, see what's going on. But
Okay,
yeah.
I
mean, she's satisfied as long as you guys are still in the room, is what it seems to be mostly.
I'm going to go on a rant about racial profiling.
Oh,
Very loudly, very angry, and just get her to the point where she's like very uncomfortable and like.
Sir,
wants to leave.
I can promise you, I've never thought those kinds of things before.
And here we are once again.
You're not checking on a dragonborn, are you? He can breathe fire, and yet you're still looking at the orc.
I have a half-orc friend.
Sir, calm down.
I'm going to attempt to intimidate her.
Okay,
Get
go
her.
ahead.
She has to reevaluate.
Do I have
something.
another dice of Bardic Inspiration? By the way?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go ahead and burn that too. Yeah. Well, okay, that's a 15, 18.
18. Let's see if she can make me man up here. No, all right. You're getting closer and closer and closer into her face, and this is a small woman. She's not particularly.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this.
Yeah, she's just keeps backing. Every time you take a step closer to her, she takes a step back, and so you've basically kind of forced her out of the room. Now she won't. She'll stop at the doorway, but you're so big, you kind of block her whole view of what's going on inside at this point.
So we're confident she can't look in for the
Pretty
most part?
confident, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
and you're really distracting her at this point. Like, she cannot seem to sir, I'm sorry that you've had these problems in your past. I have a half-orc babysitter. Yeah, she steps in it at that point. The proverbial landmine is
okay.
They're like, "Oh, you did that."
So the Grim Tusk definitely starts play acting, but then
Yeah.
triggers something real, and it's very intense.
We're not a
Some real issues.
yeah.
I want to go over to the door and try to the locked door and search for traps.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check. Actually, I think it's because of this. You don't have time for a full investigation. Just make a perception check on this one.
Still very good. 22.
22. Okay, just give it a quick once-over. Doesn't look to be trapped in any way. You can, it does appear to be locked, though. All right, so we're going to do, this is definitely, even though it's not the hardest lock in the world to unlock, you need to do it quickly, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do my little mini game here, so I need some D6s from you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Can you
I was
do
trying to figure out a way I
detect
could
magic
like
on the door, please?
slip my gloves.
So does the door within my radius of detect magic, right?
Yeah.
It's clean.
It's clean.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Just a mundane lock, but it is a.
Do I need to speak out loud for bardic inspiration since we have telepathy?
Yeah, you still need to speak out loud, but it can just be something
Cool, that's
innocent.
fine.
I mean, you're an eloquence bard, right? You're just doing it by well, you tell me. How would you generally be delivering it?
I think you've been one of the finest investigators I've ever seen. No mere
Thank you.
door is ever going to be able to stop you from what you're
That's
doing.
really nice.
I'm super proud of everything you've accomplished in this.
Slight back rub happening there.
And
You're
while
so
you-
tense.
And while you can't,
my number one guy.
telepathically deliver it, you can whisper it. I would say that's
Cool.
fine.
That-
Yeah.
She's distracted enough as being
Exactly.
dramatic more than anything else. So,
Yeah.
and that's the last bardic inspiration for
The day.
until we take a short rest.
If I pick you up and shake you, can I shake more for you?
If you
Okay,
take 20
so this
minutes
is
to sit around
another
and have a
3
snack.
tumbler lock. So you're going to take 3 dice that are very similar looking. Then you're going to find if you have proficiency, I assume, in opening locks, right?
Yeah.
Do you have expertise in it?
I I have expertise in thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools, yes, that's exactly what I want.
Okay.
So you basically have.
And bardic inspiration.
Oh, interesting. Let's go ahead and just count that as another extra dice. So you can pick 3 more dice that are different colored than those dice. They can just be any color, so.
Yeah, I like pat you on the shoulder. I'm like, it's good that you say that. He really only hears that from me.
So
Such a
the
shame.
3, go ahead and roll them all.
Are you
If you
crying a little
if you
bit?
get a 6 on any of the multicolored dice, then
That's
you're
what
on.
we like to see.
Yeah.
I got double 6s.
Okay, you're great. So you just instantly find the tumbler that goes to the last tumbler you need to like get the lock started. So now just go ahead and roll that d20 roll that you would normally do for an open locks check. The DC is pretty low because you got right to the tumbler.
And this is using thieves' tools?
Yes.
Gotcha. That's 15.
Okay, yeah, just enough. So it's literally like that's the number you needed. So you twist that last little bit, and you hear the satisfying click. The door opens.
Is it
So-
Well done.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, give me a stealth check just so she doesn't notice at all, with advantage because of course you're doing your job.
I understood the assignment.
24.
24. All right, you maneuver into the room. This seems to be his private study. The laboratory is open to the public. This was his private area. She wasn't telling the whole truth. The investigators haven't taken everything. It looks like that they've boxed up his correspondence, but they're all in boxes on his desk, basically.
Scrimp. Do you have a bag of holding?
I don't.
Shit, that's fine.
You got a handy robot you can just stuff it into?
I do.
There we go.
Mark 2. There's like, and then just like he's got like this little holding bay, like it's like when you return books in the library. It's just that.
It actually legitimately is just a library return sheet. You
Yeah,
just built it on.
Yeah, we're just like,
So there's about 3 of these big file folder boxes on his desk.
yeah, I will also stealth in there. Where are you? I don't know.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the lady.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Keep the
And
lady distracted.
if she at all starts to falter from him, I'm gonna step up and kind of make sure she's not.
Yeah, I think so. At this point, she's getting kind of antsy. Like she starts to really kind of like.
So, like, I probably ran out of ideas at this point. I'm just, like, pointing out, like, random injustices of society. And the Aurochs are never on time.
Yeah, and so she's kind of ignoring what you're saying at this point, and now just really trying to sort of, like, scooch around you, but you kind of just keep blocking her.
Gaius, riz her.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Guys, riz her.
So, in your head, I'm going to go, hey, let me try something. So I'm going to walk up to her and go, I do apologize to my friend here. Clearly he doesn't know what he's talking to me. He's clearly worked himself up, and you've been the target of his intense aggression and all of his issues and the ills in the world. And I'm just going to console her.
Yeah.
And go, you're right, you haven't done this directly, and it's unfair to you as a woman in a place that I'm sure they're doing terrible things to you. And just doing a full 180.
The 180, the good cop, bad cop. So go ahead.
Basically.
Yeah, go ahead and give me.
half orc friend.
Occasionally, I would like to be the good cop.
You could have been.
Go ahead and give me.
We go
you
to
feel it's more
potlucks.
persuasion or more deception in this case.
Oh, it's persuasion. She's been having a terrible time.
It's true.
Dealing with all of this stuff to
Yeah.
get advantage because I'm running off of his original.
I think it's just flat. She's while you do have a good point that you're kind of playing off of each other.
That's
it's
fair.
also she's in a terrible mood at this point.
That's fair.
So I think it's straight.
It's going to hit the minimum of 10s. That's going to be a 21.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. She's like, I was just about to go call my supervisor, but you come in and you make a wonderful point that.
And you and I both know if you get the supervisor involved, he's going to have to get the whole report done. It's going to look bad upon you, not be able to handle it. And
Yeah.
I know he's going to say, "Oh, you're just a woman." And that's how they all go. It's a terrible thing they
It
all
is.
do. It's not fair to you.
You
not
should
fair
try
to
being a
them.
woman sometime.
We can make that happen. We have the magic for that. We can make that happen.
Good side. We got that true polymorph.
Exactly what I'm leaning into.
You hear that light chuckle in your head. All right, you guys have bought these guys a couple more rounds. So
Right,
what do you got?
yeah, I got a 24 on my stealth to sneak in there.
Okay.
I'm investigating. Are the boxes labeled?
Yes, they're neatly labeled. One is labeled general correspondence. One is labeled college dealings, we'll say. And the last one is labeled Paragons of the Trimata.
I feel there's a giant glowing exclamation point.
Do you want
over
to
this
go
one.
after correspondence with the Paragons?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna rifle through the Paragons. He's
Yep.
going after correspondence.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
We can't keep her occupied forever, guys.
I know,
Work
this is
quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can,
good or
but it
bad?
involves knocking her out.
Good. That's real good.
I think she says I don't want to, but
All right, let's start with correspondence. What'd you get?
I got a 25.
Okay, 25.
Samesies.
You're speed reading, you're just going through real quick. You do see nothing's catching your eye. It's like real boring, bland college academic gobbledygook. Till you finally come across something interesting. A letter from letters from Dr. Philippa Camina.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Fucking gold.
So you just grab those?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then you're going through the Paragons of Trimata. This is a lot. I mean, it's you wish you could take the whole box because it's very it's like, whoa, what is this? And it's like at first it just none of it makes any sense. But as you get further and further through it, and you're just flipping through each and everything real fast. Oh, by the way, what'd you get on your check? I should ask.
25.
25. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's right. I remember you said you got high. So as you're going through each and every page, you find references to things like my brotherhood, those in the divine brotherhood, those who follow the Great One, those who believe in our holy work, stuff like that. That's kind of tipping you off. This is a bit cultish, kind of sort of thing, pretty easily. So
have you heard about Lord and Master Cthulhu?
I think,
I have, actually.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so, I see, is all of that good? All right. I take a little vial of iron powder and, I sprinkle it on top of it, and, it starts to form, a lattice around it. And I use my tool to kind of crank it, and as I crank it, it starts shrinking.
Nice.
Okay, and I cast reduce on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Dope.
So it gets like a third smaller or something like that, or
Yeah. It goes from large to small.
Yeah. Let's just
Or
say
sorry.
that it gets to be about the size of say my little
Halved in dimensions. So.
like this box here.
Yeah.
Nice little palm-sized thing.
How long does this last?
Lasts
Concentration at least, right?
for up to a minute, so we should
Okay.
get going.
Yep. All right.
College dealings. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys duck out.
So we're in the middle of a full-on group
I
therapy
know.
session at this
Yeah.
point. Brian's leading.
Does the door have a mechanism from locking
HR
from the
meeting.
inside?
Yeah, you can just twist
Surprise.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that they've invented that technology quite yet, where you just twist a little lock or something like that. I think you're gonna have to get it closed and then re-lock it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and re-lock
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Go ahead and I'm just gonna have you redo the D20 roll on this
Gotcha.
one.
16.
Okay, that's enough. Barely, but enough. Okay. So you get it back set into place. Just as she is finally... Oh, sir, and she just basically kind of does a little juke and then squeezes in between the two of you just because he's like, I gotta be in there.
She deserves a raise.
She breaks Grimtusk's ankles.
What you got?
Uncle,
Three-pointer.
Yep. And she gets in there just in time to see, you guys are back in place like you were normally, just looking
gently
around,
whistling and leaning on the wall and everything.
I walk forward with one of the papers of the correspondence between the ones that I used to decipher. I'm like, excuse me, do you mind if we take this?
It was in this room?
Yes.
I don't see any problem with it. The investigators already went through what they needed. The family has already been taken what they wanted, so I think it's fine.
Thank you for your time. Come on, let's go. We've found everything that we wanted.
Yeah, we don't want to bother this lady anymore, fellas.
And
Go,
your
go,
name
go,
is?
go, 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 go.
I'm going to get her name as we're leaving, and as we're...
I've caused enough problem. I'm not going to start a fire in the wastebasket.
Okay.
Yes. That was
My name is
Try it. I'm
my
self-control.
name is Shiala.
And we're at
Or you definitely sensed that I was fixating on it a little bit.
write a glowing letter of recommendation of all that she's done, going with calligraphy and fine art and everything, and just the most glowing letter of she's done an excellent, amazing job and deserves a raise.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. All right.
And I'll put 10 gold tapes to the back of it.
Yeah.
I skedaddle through the portal.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
also.
Skedaddle is the correct term of
Yes.
word.
All right. So you guys managed to get out of there ASAP. You get out of the tower just in time for that little palm-sized box to like poof back into like a full-on crate full of papers.
Please. Thank you.
He's just holding a pile of books.
Okay. Sounds good. Yep. All right. Where are you guys heading?
Scroll shop.
Really boring books too.
Life and times of the third ant in the colony.
I'm holding enough to get me a life in the sanctorium.
Honestly, not bad. Have you heard about the pudding? Very good.
I don't want to be sent to level 5.
Oh.
I'm gonna head back to the office.
No, that's good. Yeah, you should do that.
If you guys want to hit up the scroll shop,
Certainly.
I trust you too. Enough.
Terrifying.
You're sending me to the most flammable place you can imagine.
I trust you to use your best judgment.
I'll be there.
Terrifying.
Don't worry about it. I'll keep everyone on task.
Gotcha. I'm gonna head back to the office.
Okay. All right. You head to the office. You guys are heading to the scroll shop. Why don't we cut there for today, and we will be back with another episode next week.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Grimtask in a scroll shop. Just waiting profusely.